Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today is the day 35 for our Palo Alto firewall training series. In this video, I'll be talking about Palo Alto high availability failover. So in this video, these are the topics that I'm going to cover. So the first topic is what is failover exactly? What are the types are available in failover which triggers Palo Alto in HA to get failover? What is split brain? I'll be explaining in very detailed manner and the solution as well. And I'll be showing you that how split brain happens, what is the solution, how you can investigate logs, everything. So I'll request you to please watch this video till the end so that you can understand these things, as this is very important for any kind of network because high availability will be there in every network. And also I'll request you to please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video from me. So without any further delay, let's get started. So friends, first of all, we'll try and understand what is failover. Okay, so in high availability, okay, in HA we have got one active and we have got one passive. So the current scenario which I'm talking about right now is active and passive in high availability. So let's say this network B, if he wants to reach network A, he can follow this path or this path, whoever the active path is. Or I can say if this firewall is active, the traffic will flow in this way. If this firewall is active, in that case the firewall will flow in this way. So what exactly the failover is? Now the failover, let's suppose if the firewall A is active, let's say this is A and this is B. Okay, if A is active and B is passive, if something goes wrong on this device, if this fails and B become active, okay, the transition of from A to B, that is called failover. Okay, so what are the things, what are the types that triggers that it assumes this passive device assumes that this active device is no longer in the network? I'll talk about now. So friends, now we'll understand how the failover triggers, what are the types that are available right now. So there are three types, which is hardware failure, link failure and path failure. This triggers active to become like passive and passive become active. Okay, so how it happens I'll be explaining in very detailed manner. So yeah, with the help of this diagram. So let's say the target is from network B to A and from A to B, right? So the traffic comes from this to this device. If hardware failures, what exactly this means is this device goes down, maybe due to power issue or maybe a software crash or something happens. Okay, in that case what happens is this active device will go out from this network and the passive device will become active and start forwarding the traffic. Okay, now the second reason is link failure. In link failure, what happens is maybe this link goes down or maybe this link goes down. In that case also the traffic will not be able to reach to network B. So in this what happens is we will be monitoring this link. If this link goes down, in that case he will inform this passive device to become active, right? So that the traffic will start forwarding to this way and reach network B, network A, sorry. Now in path failure what happens is if any of the device in this path goes down, let's say if this router or maybe this router goes down, in that case also the traffic will not be able to reach to network A, right? Our target and why we have a redundant device is because I want to reach network A from network B because it is very critical. So in that case we will be monitoring this path, okay, so that if this device goes down, the traffic will move to another path and reach to network A. I'll talk about in very detailed manner in next video. So friends, as we have already understood what is failover, what triggers failover, now we'll understand what is split brain and what is the solution of it, right? So friends, to understand what is split brain, you need to know something about HA link, right? Why I'm telling is because this is important to know. And if you have not watched my previous video, I'll recommend you to please watch my first part. You can find on the I button, or you can check the description of this video. You can find that link of that video, okay? So HA link, what exactly it does? It do lot of things. So as I have explained, what triggers a failover, right? There are three methods. One is hardware, the second is link, and third is path failure, right? So let's how it gets to know that a hardware is down, or the link is down, or the path is down, because of the HA link, right? Let's suppose if this HA link goes down, in that case they will not be able to communicate to each other, right? And in that case both will become active, both the device will become active. So in this scenario, both the firewalls start forwarding the traffic, and it causes lot of things like duplicate MAC address, duplicate IP address, because both the devices will be using the same IP address. It creates lot of problems. What is the solution? So to solve this problem, we have something called as backup HA link, okay? Now how we can implement a backup HA link, we'll see in the practical. So friends, now we'll get to know like what exactly triggers split brain. There are few numbers, there are few ways the split brain can happen. First is maybe the HA link is down, okay, or maybe we have a switch in between, okay, there is a switch in between and the switch is also get down, okay. The second method can be, let's say the process which sends traffic through this HA link. So in HA link, heartbeat traffic will be triggered, like they will be exchanging the heartbeat traffic. If the process of this heartbeat traffic is not possible by this Palo Alto firewall because of maybe high utilization, in that case he will not be able to process the heartbeat traffic, like he will not be able to process the heartbeat traffic. In that case also this split brain things can happen, okay. So in practical we'll talk about the solution and we'll see how it happens. So now friends, we'll move on to the practical part and I'll show you how a split brain happens and what is the solution of it, okay. So I've taken the same scenario what I have took when we configured active and passive, okay. So I'll just tell you something about this, that how the connectivity is. So either 1 by 1 is outside, right? So this is connected to internet, and 1 by 2 it is our inside network, okay. And these are the interface that we are using for HA, and this is the management that we are having. So this is connected to our local machine, so locally we are accessing the Palo Alto 1 and the Palo Alto 2 as well. Okay, so right now I'll explain you about the control links, right? In this configuration, or whatever you say, the lab configuration, I'll be showing you about the control links. Okay, so you just focus on the control link, not on the data links. Okay, so 1/3 will be the HA link and 1/4 will be the backup link, and then I'll make the management interface as a backup link, and I'll show you how the things are working. So be with me. Okay, so now friends, what we are going to do is I'll turn off the switch so that they will not be able to communicate, and we'll see how the split brain scenario comes into the picture. And I have already logged into the CLI mode of the devices, and I'll show you what are the logs that generates. And even I'll log into the GUI and I'll show you what are the logs that appears over there. Okay, so that whenever this kind of issues comes to you, at least you'll see the logs and you'll understand what exactly the issue is. Okay, so I'll just turn this off. Okay, yeah, I'll just stop this off, and we'll see what is happening over here on both the firewalls. So as you can see, can't send, start, hello, no connection, stopping the pings to HA1. Okay, ending. Okay, no primary link due to, so no longer ignoring link and path monitoring failure due to HA state transitions. So now if I see the status, okay, in both the firewalls, so this is firewall 1, it is active right now, and this is firewall 2, which is 31. If I act, this is also active. Both the firewalls are become active and the peer is unknown because they are unable to communicate to each other, right? So in this case, if I try to show you what are the logs that gets generated over here, received a conflicting ARP. I'll just increase the front so that you guys can see clearly. Received conflicting ARP on interface 1/1 indicating duplicate IP, because both the devices will be using the same IP address. So if I go to the network 10.1.1.10, even on this device as well 10.1.1.10. So both the devices, as the configuration gets replicated to both the devices, both the interface or both the devices interface will have the same IP address. That is the reason we are getting this kind of conflict on the ARP. Okay. So what basically the solution of this problem? So as I told you, you have to enable the backup HA link. Okay. So backup link, how we can do that? We can configure management interface as a backup HA link, or we can configure any data interface, maybe 1/4 or 1/5 or 1/6, whatever interface, the data interface, we can make it as a backup HA link. My recommendation or the recommended way is to configure management interface for backup HA link. Why? Because the management interface or the management traffic will be different from the production one. Why? Because if something goes wrong in the production, at least you'll have access to the devices and see what exactly goes wrong. That is the reason it is different from the production environment. So if something happens to production environment, there is a loop in the production environment, at least the management interface traffic will be different from production traffic, and the backup HA link works, and they will at least get to know that they are alive or not. And this split brain scenario will not occur. So how we can configure management interface as a backup link HA, I'll show you now. Okay. So the first thing is we will be logging to the devices. Okay. We'll go to the device. Okay. And we have control link and we have backup control link, as you can see over here, right? We'll configure this one. And the other way is to configure here as well. Okay. Now we'll go click on here and configure this IP address, right? This is the management IP address, and we'll configure over here. Remove this one. Okay, done. And also here, right? So we'll configure 192.168. This is the local IP address that we need to configure. So 202.130, right? Okay. And we'll go here and we'll do the same thing, right? One 192.168.202.130. Okay. And here we need to configure 192.168.202.131, right? Okay. Now here we need to select management interface. Okay. And here also we need to select management interface. Okay. So as we have to configure only the backup peer link. Okay. And we'll do a commit. Now we'll do a commit to both the devices. So once we do this, the HA will come up. Yeah. Now we can see here the backup HA link received debugs. Hello messages are getting negotiated, and there is no preemption, so there is nothing like that. So no waiting and all. And after that, once we see here, it becomes an active and the other device becomes the passive. So this is how you can save your network becoming a split brain, because this is very dangerous. You will get a lot of loops in the network. Okay, so it's better. Palo Alto suggests that don't connect through a switch. If possible, connect directly. But in case of link failure, if cable goes wrong, in that case you can't do anything. But the recommended way is to connect directly, because if you have a device in between, let's say this is a switch can maybe somebody powered off, maybe let's say if it is data center, maybe it get crashed or something. But the chances are more high if you have like the devices in between. Okay, failure chances are high. So it's better to do connect directly the HA link. Okay, so guys, this is what I wanted to show in this video. If you like, or if you got to know something new, please give it a like to this video. If you have any suggestion regarding my video, please do a comment, or maybe you can send me a message on Facebook, Instagram. You can send me an email as well, whatever you need, or maybe whatever comfortable you are with. And also I'll highly recommend you to please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.